During the morning of Day 2, Battalion Commander Bill Wees had ordered Gulf Company to land to the east of Bravo Company, who were still located in Unluck. Gulf Company under command of Captain Vargas would land in Mike boats. The actual boats used could have been some of these LCMs shown here. Gulf's mission was to cross the rice paddies to the east of Unluck, and then advance on to Dai Do. Two M48 tanks would be in support, and Dai Do would be pounded by air support and artillery. The Mike boats come ashore at 10:40. The landing, which took place around here, was uneventful. The Marines moved off towards Unluck. We are now scanning up the Quảng Viet River, towards the sea. Just to our right is a Vietnamese war memorial. This Vietnamese War Memorial refers to another battle that took place here in 1946, against the French. This memorial does not have anything to do with the American-Vietnamese battle we talk about now. As far as we know, there is no memorial on location to this U.S. Marine battle. In 1968, this whole area, all the way to Dai Do, around 1 kilometer distance, was rice paddies. Close to the rivers, the paddies have now changed to shrimp farming. We are now standing beside the village of Unluck. These are the remnants of the old cemetery which was here in 1968. Captain Vargas and his Marines made their way across this country from the Bo Do River. They waited here while Skyhawks bombed Dai Do. However, Division had stopped any artillery due to the ongoing close air support. Vargas had wanted artillery, white phosphorus, delay-fused high explosives, and smoke, and lots of it. The men knew it would be difficult to assault Dai Do without artillery support. Gulf's assault towards Dai Do started at 12:53. One of the first casualties was Corporal Ashley. He was standing here on one of the burial mounds when one of the first rounds fired by the NVA smashed through his arm, breaking it in two. The rice paddies to Dai Do are very much the same as you see here, except in 1968, the paddies were not being cultivated. There was thigh-high brown grass growing in the fields. The rice paddies' raised banks provided the only protection. As the Marines crossed the exposed paddies, the firing from Dai Do increased. The NVA were entrenched in hundreds of bunkers. It was evident that this was a much larger enemy force than anticipated. These houses are the last in Unluck. In 1968, Unluck would have been much smaller, and the houses would have resembled this hamlet which was located upriver in 1968. Although there were still many masonry homes of a similar type that you see here today, these hamlets were deserted during the war. Gulf Company progressed across the paddies, with two M48 tanks in support. Also, Gulf's attack would be supported by Fox advancing from Dong Huan. Although after a few hours Fox returned to Dong Huan. Not before, 3 of their men were killed by enemy artillery. All 3 had not yet turned 20. A little southwest of those men, Captain Vargas, under heavy fire, was approaching the hamlet's southern corner. Although his left flank squads were pinned down, and taking casualties. 150 meters out, Golf's left flank, come under heavy fire. The men started to be killed by snipers hidden in the hedgerows. Captain Vargas was able to rally the men into successfully clearing out Dai Do, only then to be ousted by a violent counter-offensive, seeking cover along the north-south ditch and cemetery. Back in Lac, Weiss was watching the battle in Dai Do unfold. He knew he would have to send in more men. He ordered Bravo 1-3 to mount the Amtraks and attack Dai Do on the left. He had also received some good news, in that Captain Livingston and Echo Company were on their way towards the battlefield. Echo Company were on foot, coming from the west. They would have to cross this creek. Today, the creek is now dammed, but back in 1968 it was still 30 meters wide and 1.5 meters deep. So even back then, it was still quite an obstacle for Captain Livingston and Echo Company to cross into Lac. Just prior to Echo's arrival at the creek, 2 of their men had been killed. To the right of the creek, the Bravo assault had come to a standstill in the open paddies. As night was falling, the first mission for Livingston was to help with the recovery of Bravo 1-3 back to Lac. They had suffered many casualties around this location shown here.